بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Bobby. Guys, today we have a very peculiar video. We're gonna react to Steven Investigates Islamic Exorcism by the channel Conscious Life. Just recently I met up with a viewer of mine, I know you're watching, hi there, and he told me about Ruqyah, the Islamic exorcism. Just listening to his story I got goosebumps, man. It was so creepy, so frightening, but it piqued my interest as well, because prior I didn't even know that there is real exorcism within Islam. Yes, believe it or not, I come from an Orthodox Christian perspective, so I knew about Christian exorcism, about the power of the Bible, the spoken word, etc., etc., you name it, but I never knew that there is Islamic exorcism, and that was one of the reasons why I was suspicious, because I believed in the power of the word and was thinking to myself, okay, if you cannot do an exorcism Islamically, then it must be from the devil. You do an exorcism with the cross, of course. Alright, with no further ado, let's have a look.
ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. You've lost it. No, still there. Well done. You located it.
Okay.
So we're meeting Yasin. He's an exorcist and he's going to be exorcising a jinn. From what I understand, it's a demon that predates Adam and Eve, apparently. They lived in this sort of pre-biblical era. This
It's funny when a white guy says it.
Hang on, sorry guys. According to one study, half of Muslims in the UK believe in jinns and that they can only be exorcised through a process called Ruqyah. I want to witness an Islamic exorcism firsthand to better understand the relevance of these ancient rituals to modern day Islam. First, just explain to me what is an Islamic exorcism as opposed to a Catholic exorcism, if that makes sense.
That much difference, actually.
Okay.
Like the Catholics will recite their prayer, we recite our prayer, and the prayers are actually very similar. Okay. And you'll see probably abnormal reactions within the person.
And so what would indicate that something is a jinn and not sort of a mental health problem?
So that's the whole thing. Is it a jinn? Okay, for us, even that is questionable. We've seen so many videos of these Ruqyah people just utterly talking nonsense. Right, we can show you some videos, and it's totally superstitious.
Okay.
And Islam kind of like came to remove superstitious beliefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you believe in jinns? Do you believe in...
We believe in jinns.
Okay.
Okay, but do they actually necessarily possess people?
Okay.
That's another question.
Okay. Yasin explained that many Islamic exorcists in the UK convince clients into believing they're inhabited by jinns to charge huge sums of money for their services.
You always have fraudsters.
He explained that these entities are better viewed more neutrally as harmful personalities that cause spiritual ailments like depression or suicidal thought, and that reciting specific parts of the Quran or Bible can expel them. While his slightly more rational take on exorcism appealed to my scientific sensibilities, I was still a bit confused as to why he'd invited me here to document this. If a demon wasn't going to appear, what was I here to film?
Yeah, you're not gonna see the demon. It's multidimensional,
So I'm going to actually get you involved.
Okay.
Okay, so Rod, do you want to just lie down? Bismillah. And just watch this. Okay, just relax. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. You're better off taping him. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
I think the jinn's in the belly, man.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله تامة من شر ما خلق. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Can you press there now? No. There you go. Okay. So keep pressing.
What am I looking for?
And that's it. That's what you're looking for. You found it. Look. See, he's holding my hand. He's really in pain. Okay. يهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وواسي كرسي السماوات الله لا إله إلا هو الحي.
That really reminds me of ayahuasca ceremonies.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting, man. I had this talk with my Arabic teacher as well, and he talked about the cleansing of jinns, that people puke it out, and this is what I experienced in the Amazon rainforest with the shamans. But in order for it to work, you needed that psychoactive brew. Here, on the other hand, we see the same effect just by reciting Quran.
So that's
It's very
intense.
interesting.
Yeah.
So you located a personality.
Yeah.
I've shown you how to remove this personality.
I see. That's what you were looking for. I was a bit confused. So the personality was localized in the stomach.
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's the area of
see.
affliction. So anyone who has multiple personality
Yeah.
disorder,
Yeah.
inverted commas, we can more or less locate that personality
Okay.
and extract it in this manner.
What's interesting for me is your this scientific, I wouldn't call it skeptical approach. So you're looking for some kind of rational foundation for what's going on. But there's definitely a superstitious element to what I'm seeing. I mean, it looks very much to me like you're pulling a demon out of this guy. Do you have an explanation? What is it for you? What is it? What's inside you? What's
Yeah, what did you
I
feel?
don't know. I wish there was an answer, or there was something out there
Yeah.
would tell us what it is, but
Yeah.
there is nothing.
Yeah.
Can you see?
And you're just happy in that not knowing. Like this is the sense
Well, we're
that
not
I get.
happy. We're looking into it. We're looking into it. We want
Yeah.
answers.
I mean, if he really had an ailment and now it's gone, of course he would be happy. He would need a rational explanation for it.
Yeah.
That's the Western mind.
Yasin wants to take the superstition and faith element out of his exorcisms. He believes the words of the Bible and the Quran have innate universal power. He wanted to prove that anyone can locate these split personalities and expel them using prayer, even non-believers like me, because if that's the case, that would undermine all these other immoral Ruqyah practitioners who charge exorbitant fees for their services. That's why he agreed to meet me. He wanted to see if I could perform Ruqyah and also if I would respond to Ruqyah.
الله لا
Interesting.
إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه السنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من واسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض. Cameraman, would you like to press your friend? Because I don't know your friend, but he seems out of it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Wow, man.
He seems out of it, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Allahu la ilaha
As
illa
Yasin
huwa.
probed my
Wow.
upper chest with his incomprehensibly strong digits, I remember feeling a creeping numbness along my left side that spread across my torso and then down
Wow,
to my
I'm generally
legs,
shocked.
to the point that it felt like I'd been injected with some bizarre epidural. It was pleasant and comfortable and nothing like the distress his other clients seemed to go through. While I remember being completely lucid and aware, there are moments of footage I have no memory of, like when I'm lying on the floor and he's tapping at my stomach.
Okay,
Wow.
right, I'm going to call it there. You tell me.
Wait.
Wow, I'm mind blown right now. Honestly, I can't even say anything about this. This is so shocking to see.
I'm speaking and lightheaded right now. But
Okay, so I haven't concluded and I haven't pushed it,
Yeah.
but it's just proof of concept. These are just simple prayers that people had traditionally, and there was some kind of healing to it. And it's
I mean, at this stage, even him, as he said, a self-proclaimed non-believer, he must believe. This transcends rationality, of course. I was really shocked to see this. I thought that at least there must be belief within yourself for it to work. But as you can see, a total non-believer, a Westerner, a white guy, has nothing to do with Islam, and the Quranic verses had such an impact on him. Even more impactful than on the other guys, because this guy was gone. He was in some sort of translucent state. Absolutely mind-blowing.
not all placebo.
Wow.
So I think Yasin got
What kind of
what he
placebo,
wanted,
man?
which was basically using the Quran to put a non-Muslim into a trance. But I certainly didn't. I have no idea what happened to me in there. Yasin believes that he's extracting different personalities that would otherwise cause psychological and physiological harm. But he refuses to call them jinns. I do believe that, at least on a subconscious level, Yasin and his clients do believe in jinns, and that's what gives his rituals their power. But that still doesn't explain what happened to me. Either way.
No, that does explain it. I do believe as well that he believes in jinns. I, however, assume that he simply uses a different jargon in order to make it more rationally appealing, scientifically appealing to the Western audience. I think it's a smart move. However, he surely believes in jinn. He's reciting Quran, and you have the Surah al-Jinn, for example. So therefore, certainly, he must believe in jinns, not only in a metaphorical sense, but in a metaphysical sense, in a real sense, of course. And you don't have an explanation now, because this realness is what you experienced.
I think there's a
and
lot
we all
to
experience it
learn
right now,
from these
seeing this.
Archaic medieval rituals, if we study and explore them objectively and impartially, without all that superstitious baggage, to understand what's driving all those reactions in people, to understand what's happening to them. So that's it. I'm going to go home, I'm going to watch all this footage again.
He still has a rational mind.
Yeah, I'm going to try and see what happened to me in there.
Alright guys, and this is it for today's video. This was absolutely shocking and mind-blowing, man. I didn't expect anything of this sort. I expected some demonstration of Ruqyah, but most definitely not Ruqyah on this Western reporter. This was absolutely crazy, man. Moreover, he in the end still tried to rationalize his experience. And this is what we all fall prey to. We experience something in life, but then we need to put a label on it. We need to understand it.
Yeah, most certainly. It's not a jinn. It might be something else. We have to try to understand it.
Ultimately, this came from an Islamic context. You do have the explanation for this. Those are jinns, those are entities that are being exorcised. Now, you can try to rationalize it, but ultimately it had an effect on you. And I always say, experience makes believers. Once you feel it, then you know it. Otherwise, they can tell you whatever they want to. But once you saw it for yourself, you cannot be fooled either way anymore, because it is real for yourself. This is what I always say about spiritual experience as well. You had that experience. Nobody can take it away from you, and nobody can take that experience away from this very rational man. I believe that this will stick with him. And who knows, maybe he will start questioning his own rationalism. Possibly this is a beautiful start of him coming to faith. Alright guys, but this is it for today's video. If you liked it, leave the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please do so. If you want to support this channel, all the links are in the description box below. Absolutely shocking, man. As always, may God bless you all. Much love and peace.